Alright, I'm going to make this short and sweet. This is a 25-hour review on the 24 300 XCW. I left the bike pretty much bone stock. I mean, suspension stock, motor stock, tires are stock, gearing stock. I think it's perfect just the way it is. You know, for your average trail rider. I still think this is the best bike that you can go buy on the market if you like to just cruise trails. I'm not a slow guy, but I'm not super fast, so the guys that race locally, I can ride with them. I'll hold them up a little bit. Maybe after a couple minutes I might be 10 or 15 seconds behind them, but I'm just a casual trail rider, and this bike has been great. I haven't had a single issue with it. I rode a KTM 350 4-stroke before this, and this 300 2-stroke does everything that the 4-stroke did. The wood stuff like this, it definitely does better. It's easier to ride this in the woods than the 4-stroke. I don't have to run the clutch so much. There's not all that revolving mass. So this is, on woods trails like this bike is way easier to ride than a 4-stroke. And this counterbalance 2-stroke is way better on the road than I ever thought it would be. It cruises nicely at 60 miles an hour in 6th gear, so I got rid of my 350 4-stroke, and this 300 2-stroke is my only bike to do trail riding, more technical stuff in the rocks, and then dual sport rides where I'm going to be doing 150 miles in a day. There's going to be a bunch of tar sections and stuff, and I mean, for 2024, if you're going to buy a bike, this is the bike to buy, in my opinion. I've had buyer's remorse before with bikes, and it sucks. Zero buyer's remorse on this bike. The only thing I think KTM could have done better is made the battery access a little easier. And I did a video on how you can cut your battery box so you can get the battery in and out of it without having to pull a seat in the tank and everything. This thing just crawls up stuff. This is the first 300 that I've ridden quite a few 300s, but there's something special about this motor that I don't think words can describe. You know, usually you go buy a brand new bike, you got to get the suspension revalved, and usually there's a bunch of crap you got to do. Maybe it's just me, but I wouldn't change a damn thing about this thing. I went a little softer than the factory clickers for the compression and rebound. It always starts. It's my friend when I get tired, because the throttle control is so manageable down low Fork position is the stock height. And this 300 motor, you're better off shifting it up a gear early, because then you get some traction. I shift a little bit earlier, otherwise it'll just burn the tire loose, just like any other bike. But it is easier to ride than a 250. I mean, I'm no pro or nothing, but you just listen to this motor. It's a thing of beauty. I mean, if I really lug it, see how far I can roll this thing in this corner and still maintain speed. Wow. This thing will pull from like any gear. It's insane. Yeah, if this thing got stolen tomorrow, I'd go buy the exact same thing. So my word, 25 hours, go buy one. I mean, I'm not a brand loyalist. I've had Betas and KTMs and Yamahas and Hondas and Suzuki's and Kawasaki's and you name it, I've owned it. And put at least 10 hours on it. And this is the only bike I've ever gotten box stock that was perfect just the way it was. Super predictable handling. Doesn't really do anything weird. I haven't had the rear shock pack on me. And you know, speaking of which, this is a non-linkage bike. And I don't see the need for any linkage. And this is the ultimate woods bike, trail bike. Fucking amazing bike, straight up. 10 stars. If you could give a bike 10 stars out of the crate, this is 10 stars.